Let's see. Well, we are live on Twitch.
Yay.
And we are about to be live on YouTube.
Delicious, delicious woo sauce.
Oh, I have to manually do this each time. Give me just a second, y'all. I apologize. New thing. Also, I'm not the most technologically savvy.
Uh, excuse me?
Excuse you, what?
Hang on, let me reload. Because I clicked on my character sheet and it said, would you like to use the character mancer to create this character?
Uh-oh.
It could very well just be the internet being stupid. Because it then very shortly after popped up with we lost connection to the server.
Okay, it looks like we are up on YouTube now. Yes, yes we are. We are up on all of them. Hooray!
Yay.
How's everybody tonight?
Yeah, it was fine. It's starting to get slightly more frustrating.
Is it looking like your character is empty?
It's looking like the internet's apparently fighting. The internet and Roll20 are apparently in a death battle.
Okay, I can pull yours up and still have all your stats.
I'm just trying to get back to the board. Oh.
No, well, as we're waiting on that, what has everybody done today?
I worked like a big boy.
Until work.
Rested from a weekend event.
How'd y'all do?
Did what we were expected to do.
That's good. I started spring break, but had to pick up the little girls, so most of my day has been traveling. Also,
Hey, you did it Friday.
and something that is a benefit for me now, but I wish I had known about it earlier, is I found out that Hobby Lobby has very tiny magnets. So I don't have to shave down another one to make a latch for one of my, if I make another one of those dice boxes. Like I did. And got it shipped off today, thankfully. But a little catch up is y'all got Mulak back. You got him in fancy clothes because now he has to have a cutaway back on his jacket. Yeah, so defeated a vampire, and you need to plan your next move because you gotten the boys back.
All right. There we go.
Now y'all just gotta figure out your next step. So y'all are all staying at the former house of Elvorn. So, what do y'all wish to do? You've had a couple days to relax. Dreyfus will be back in probably tomorrow if you stay around.
Mm-hmm. It's probably a good idea to stick around and get an accurate report, because he's going to have more up-to-date information than we do on the things that have been happening. All right.
More than like.
What was that, Em?
I said more than like.
So, okay. So, it seems as though our next step is kill God, or kill a god, or send it back, release other gods.
Banish a god.
That whole
We need-
little thing.
Yeah, we need someone who can do the spell to do it.
We also need logistical information on, well, how the hell we're going to do this. The layout of the maps of the city would be nice, and an itinerary. For her to go into a secluded forest for an extended period of time alone with no guards would be ideal. But at this point, I'll take pretty much anything.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a way to get anywhere near her.
Well, I mean, I can. It's buildings. Buildings, I can get us in.
Buildings, yeah, but I also feel like she's probably got eyes on us, however the hell she does that.
Huh.
I mean, evil spider goddess.
Yeah. We've just come into too close a contact with her and her people for that not to be the case at this point. So we should probably operate on that assumption.
So the question is, how do we get close to her if she's gonna watch our moves anyway?
Find a way to blind her. There's a little bit of just a little bit of her losing track of us. It should be enough to at least get some headway. I need to see. Hey, looking to see if there's a.
Did anyone else hear that? Because it sounded like a robot falling down the stairs for me.
It was definitely a little tinny.
See what I have in my.
So getting to her is one problem, but finding who can even do this spell to banish her is another. Because I think that's a little out of all of our realms.
Looking at the.
And you don't have Skelly Boy in your head anymore, which is a good thing, but you seem to be able to wield that kind of magic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Aren't we legitimately some of the most powerful people on this planet? It's gonna be hard to find someone more.
This is. Yes.
I mean, maybe with a whole lot more years of practice, but
Wasn't there a note for the elder spell? Wasn't there a note for the elder spell?
Give me a second. I will start looking through. There is not, but I more or less what you know the ritual, and I can map that out again because it's been a minute since we played that game, and I might have described it to you or sent it to you in Discord. But you know the spell, you just know you don't have the ability to cast it because you are mortal. There is a limitation that's been placed upon any mortal magic wielder by the deities so that they cannot wield the magic of the gods themselves, which is the reason that liches became a thing, because you're immortal at that point, so then you can learn higher level spells or learn spells that cannot be used by mundane mortals. So there, the gateway, the big gateway that you would know, Mulak, is you know the spell of how to seal away or banish Loth back beyond the gate. The problem is
So I know the spell. I'm just not strong enough to cast it.
Right, you know that physically you cannot cast that spell. It's not like a level, like, there's a level 9 spell. I'm eventually going to get to that. Like, I know.
Yeah, there is no possible way without becoming a lich and spending centuries centuries studying that I'm ever going to have enough gas in the tank to cast the spell.
Yeah, it's you have to beat the loophole in the dogma of the world, is pretty much what you would have to do.
Or find a friendly enough lich.
Or turn you into a lich. Or
No.
Iron Man snap.
Yeah. The problem with me studying on how to be a lich and becoming a lich is it's still the thing about liches is that they have the time to
You need
achieve the level.
centuries even beyond becoming a lich.
Exactly.
Which we don't have. So we either speed run someone becoming a lich, or we find a lich, or something is powerful that is somehow willing to help us send her back.
We get 2 more levels, and Balfor is quasi immortal.
Huh.
He's going.
Huh.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have that kind of knowledge, though, would he?
No.
Like, doesn't take a certain amount of knowledge.
It would also be the difference between like druidic and arcane magic. Like, there's a chance he could learn it, but again, quasi-immortal is not actually immortal.
Correct.
Basically, we need an old ass wizard.
Or a young ass wizard who has enough power, aka the one we already have.
Well,
Can we
there
go in your
is.
brain? Can we go in your brain to the tree of knowledge and figure it out?
That's how we figured this out. I don't think we can do that again.
And to be fair, last time that happened, it was, Bo.
Pretty sure. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it was Skelly Butt that helped that happen.
And also, it was Baba that
Got us in there.
kind of. Huh. What's the over under? What's the over under? I'm gonna turn and look at my brother. What's the over under that Baba would help?
Is she immortal?
I mean, she's a hag. She's not.
Technically, she's a primal force.
What would we owe her for something like that? Because you know she's gonna ask.
She'll just have bragging rights to say she's done it.
No, I don't believe that for a red second.
Oh no, that
Hey,
is
she's
that is
gonna want
that is
something.
legitimate. It's legitimately something. That is something that she would take. She would just take. She would just.
Well, no, she'd want all the glow. She wants a
payment as well. Yeah.
like take the firstborn of everyone we know or some shit like that, probably.
Do you plan on having children?
Huh? I said everyone that we know.
This is when Balfor takes one for the team. Baba says, "It'll cost you your firstborn," and Balfor starts undressing.
All right, let's do this.
Balfor doesn't have any kids. He's gonna die soon, so.
We got rid of Baba Yaga. We know. Is there anything else we know that's powerful that wouldn't just kill us as an answer?
Yeah. Millard.
I don't think he's getting it.
Look,
Oh,
you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
You want us to turn your brother into Lich and wait several centuries to send her back? That's a wonderful plan.
No, this is Balfor talking.
Slight change in names. No.
Bullock's still too weak. He's still in bed.
And even if for some reason we decided to turn him into a lich, once he turns into a lich, he might say "fuck it" and not want to do it anyway because he's a lich.
Nah,
Not
she's
how
good,
that
isn't it?
works.
No, she would absolutely be on my shit list, even if it did go.
Right,
Yeah, but
but
we don't
being
have
a lich,
several
you
centuries.
don't just become evil.
I think technically they do, don't they?
I mean, I heard there was one that I heard tell of one that you give them like 200 gold and they give you a new job.
Technically not a lich, he's a god, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Baba Yaga is probably first. I mean, she loves her, your brother. So
He does. He,
enough to get us to throw in your head.
she is slightly fond of me, but she is 100%. My brother is 100% her favorite.
I mean, I shudder to think what she's going to ask for, but if she would be willing, that's an option.
Now, I think all right. So I think we wait until tomorrow until Drivers gets back, and we pick his brain on logistical stuff because old David is really good at that. And I think I may go shopping and go see if I can possibly find, or I can see if I can arrange, see if I can figure out a way to basically blind spot us from being spied upon, kind of thing,
Yeah.
which should
I
probably
mean, we
come in
don't know
handy.
how much of we don't know how much of what we're doing she's able to follow or not, but
And we also don't know exactly how much power she has.
yeah, I definitely know I got her attention with the whole, last time I died thing, but she's we definitely are in her sights, even if it's on periphery. You're gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to the temple and see if they need some more help. Maybe pick just their brain too.
And try not to give out
If he's
too
not
much
too busy.
information.
And she knows what we're about. I won't go into too much detail. She probably is too busy to even talk to me. But that's where I'm heading, brother.
Yeah, I had to see if I can't find like the replacement to Elaine.
There is a magic shop that has opened up. It is not of the same quality, but what is it you're looking for?
I am looking for non-detection.
For a what?
For non-detection.
Okay. Yeah. Got a couple of little amulets of non-detection that are in a glass case.
What are we looking at here?
So they are listed as well, that was helpful. That list is no longer available.
Nice.
Thank you, D&D Beyond. They will be 700 apiece.
Do they come with receipts?
They will happily give you a receipt.
Great. Hang on, looking. Jesus Christ, this is so fucking slow. Let's see, but my phone will work faster. Okay, yeah, that is not a. Yep, that's not gonna be off. So 700, you say?
Yep. Has 3 of them.
All right. Well, that that is exactly what we're looking for. I will if you'll excuse me, I need to go speak to the treasurer of our group. And I'll go ahead and I'll bring him back to see about finalizing this transaction. If you will excuse me for one moment. I'm literally I'm going to find Tarl.
Tarl, what are you doing at this moment?
Guess I'm just sitting in my room chilling.
I will go back to the house. I will knock on the door.
Come on in.
I will open and say, "Hey, you want to go haggle a shopkeeper to death?"
Sure.
Yeah, he's got these amulets. He's got there's 4 amulets that may come in handy with making sure that the 8-legged broad can't fuck with us. So
How much?
he wants 700. He wants 700 apiece for him.
And how How many are there?
There are like 3 or 4 of them.
Alright, we'll go see what we can beat him out of.
Let's go, brother. And I will then take my loaded gun and walk back to this poor guy's shop. Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did everyone go back?
Okay. I'm gonna make sure my my connection is spotty. So I'm making sure I was still there.
Yep, Tarl's still here, and while we're walking, y'all ever find anybody that might help us out?
All right, try Baba. I think that's probably going to be our best option. It's either that or honestly at this point, unless we can come up with something else, the other option is possibly to let Bo back, to bring Bo back. But I think that's absolutely going to be trading one problem for another.
Y'all ever consider Mixel?
Roll me a
Wait,
intelligence.
wait a minute, that guy's real?
You know, go with it. I was going to say roll me a intelligence to see how much you know about Mixel.
Oh, I mean, he is a wizard, so this may take 3 or 4 days. Just there we go.
With the 23, you have heard the name Mixel with multiple magic items, multiple magic spells, and theories. And like you just said, a lot of people don't think Mixel ever existed because the amount of stuff that has his name attached to it could not have been generated by one individual, logically.
I thought that was like a brand,
Y'all,
not like a company.
Mixel is real. I've seen him. He used to do things for my dad.
All right, hang on, time out. I'm gonna stop in the middle of the street. So your dad knows like the Mixel, like Mixel's marvelous insert crazy asinine magical machine.
Yeah, he's helped him escape out of his cage a time or two.
Huh. That might be. Huh.
Don't know how Arvax is going to take to him because I think she's had some. Her family might have had some dealings with him. I can't be positive on that.
It's not. No, but it's not Bo. There's definitely a. I think Mick. I think. I think. I think Mixel. Mixel just made the top of the list. Yes, I mean Baba is legitimately a force, a personification of chaos. He is. There is no telling what he will request and want in exchange. So I think that's yeah. I think that might be an option. That might be the option to start with. Right. Well,
Well, I'm pretty sure he is.
the Mixel brand was old when my parents were young.
Yeah, I mean he's presumed to be immortal because he's got a millennium old arcane encyclopedia that he's got out. So he knows a lot of things and a lot of people.
Huh.
But you got to be careful around him because he's a little mischievous at times.
Well, I mean, literally everything that has ever carried his name has a drawback that is either that ranges from A, slightly annoying, to B, uh, legitimately dangerous. Huh. Okay. Yeah, that. Yeah, that's an option. Anyway, we'll bring this up to the rest of the group once we finish with this, and I open the door of the shop.
Inside is a dragonborn middling years. Oh, you're back for the amulets.
Yep.
As I said, 700 apiece.
Yeah. So this is our treasurer.
He just looks at you, Tarl.
Tarl's just gonna look him up and down. What's these amulets made of?
Well, they are made of silver, mostly for the looks, and they have been inscribed with multiple runes to allow them, the wearer, at no cost of attunement, to be undetectable by any form of divination magic.
Might I put my hands on them and inspect their quality?
He pulls one out. You may.
All right. Give me just a second. There's what I'm looking for. Since he's got jeweler's tools, and he also has,
Just just to get kind of get ahead of you, to create a scroll would cost 500 and take a week.
okay, but Tarl's just gonna look it over for quality, and he's gonna use intelligence with his jeweler's tools kit just to kind of get an idea of what quality they are.
All right, go right ahead. I think we just need to make a tool proficiency that just says Tarl.
Hold on.
Okay, with a 17, Tarl, this is really good quality. Like, the casting itself is really good. The engraving on the back is what gets your attention. It is meticulous. It is as if someone had written an entire scroll in very fine, tiny arcane sigils on the back of this little, and it looks like a little silver shield with a little green stone in the front of it. About the only thing, Tarl, that you could nitpick about this is you personally don't like thin. I'm pretty sure Tarl does not like thin chains on necklaces.
Probably not.
Because I should say it's like the thinness of the silver chain that is to this is like a jewelry accessory that somebody would wear. It's not something that you would feel going into combat. You'd have to keep it tucked under everything. So about the only thing, Tarl, that you can find that you could fault is the thickness of the chain, and that you would know 100% that is your opinion versus like a talk of like a dig at the quality.
Tarl just gonna keep inspecting, and he's gonna say, "No, how many of these amulets are we talking about?"
I have 3. If you wished for more, it would take about 3 weeks.
Give me just a second.
What were you looking for, Cannon?
I'm getting some wording together.
Okay. While you're doing that, is Balfor still just kind of vibing, Moose?
Yeah, he's probably also just like hanging around with Arvax.
So you made your way over to the temple to try to kind of help with the people that are wounded?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming Mulak is just like, I need to rest for like 4 days.
Yeah, I thought we went through 1 day already, so I removed one of them.
That's
but
fine.
I can put it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll count this as a second day. I figured that so you did not have to play 2 characters. You were like, Mulak is sleep.
Yeah, and occasionally he'll get up and like shuffle into the kitchen to get some soup or something, but that's about it.
He gets soup and a glass of wine and just goes back upstairs. All right.
But oh my god, I forgot. Balfour, he's just hanging out with Arvax, just helping her out, trying to make her feel like she's the best.
So Arvax, you have the perpetual positive support grandpa Balfour, plus the little halfling child following you around as you're going around trying to help people.
What was the halfling child's name?
I think we went with Mickey. So yeah, you got Mickey, who will perpetually do upsies at you.
I just carry him around on my shoulders.
All right. Anything else y'all want to do while y'all are healing people?
I think the decision's there, but I think better of it.
Okay. Cannon, have you found the wording that you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna look over it. Look over at my buddy. kind of give him a wink. I'm gonna look back at the storekeep. I'll say, "Look, friend, I can see the craftsmanship in this amulet. True, the gem sparkles, the engraving's fine, but this chain, too thin, too fragile. If I wore this in the battle, one good strike and it'd snap him cleanly off my neck. Then what? Lost in mud, trampled under my boots. All I have left to regret is regretting an empty coin purse. Now, if you were selling this as a delicate trinket for nobles to wear at feast, I'd understand the price. But for an adventurer, a warrior, this is battle ready. I'll have to replace the chain with something sturdier, which means extra cost for me. So either you lower your price or take my gold elsewhere and find something fit for the dangers ahead. Your call, my friend."
He looks at you. Well, most of the people who would buy this aren't actually going out on adventures. They just don't want to be caught when they're having an affair. Or don't want to be spied on when they're meeting up in the Temple Mott. If it is another chain you wish, I can find one easy enough. What gauge are you asking for?
Something that's going to stand up to the strike of a sword.
Not many chains or ropes or any type of cordage would do that. I would hope that you're not wearing it on the outside of your armor, but let me see what I have. And he is going to turn and walk back behind a shelf and rummage through a box. This is when I miss Gestalt, because he would snatch up and be like, "Cheese it, fellas."
But there's only one on the counter, right?
Yeah, there's only the one on the counter. After...
Give me a second.
Oh, God.
While he's back there rummaging in his box, Tarl's gonna shout out to him, "Even with a better chain, best I'm gonna give you 600 each."
Okay, the persuasion check is going to work. I don't know about the 26 in medicine, though.
I don't know why it rolled that.
It's just, you're like, this is best I can do. Also, do you know the benefits of ibuprofen?
Or maybe it's, do you know the benefits of my hammer?
That's the other name for your hammer. Is it's not just Thresher, it's ibuprofen.
No, it's medicine.
Oh.
So 1,800 gold altogether.
He comes back and puts down what looks like it's definitely a thicker chain, but the metal is different, Tarl.
I'm gonna inspect the metal.
Okay, I'm not going to make you roll for that. The metal is adamantine.
This'll do.
Yes, it will. But total of 1,900, not 18. Adamantine is not cheap.
My time's not cheap either. 1850, and that's it.
Sold.
All right, I'm subtracting 1850 from our total gold in party inventory.
Okay, so I'm not going to type it up. But the way this item works is it can be worn by an individual. It does not take an attunement slot. and you gain the benefit that you cannot be spied on with divination magic. You are unaffected. You're unaffected by the general casting of any type of divination spell. So you now have 3 amulets of non-detection. Mulaith.
And I'm going to hand those over to Mulak and say, you're responsible for them. Put them in your inventory.
Gotcha.
Mulaith, what are you doing? One of your brothers is on a shopping trip, possibly talking to make a deal with Baba Yaga. Your other brother is shuffling through the house in slippers, getting soup and beverages, and then going back to bed. And then your other brother is quite literally doing, like, burpees in another room.
Yeah, but she's mostly just gonna be staying with the other 2 brothers, and like if Mulak needs stuff, she'll like be going out and getting things for him. But she's mostly gonna make sure that everyone is good, and then once they're good, she's gonna head home. But she's gonna wait until like he's all rested up, and then she'll like even go with him like a little bit if needed to make sure he's good, and then she'll head back home. So she's mostly attending to the sick one.
Mulak, do you play this up with Mulaith?
No, it's legitimate. Like, he's fucking, he was dead.
This is true, but there is no, like, sister, the window is slightly too far open. Could you close it? There is none of, like, him messing with her like that?
No, he was just dead.
Okay.
He's still coming to terms with that.
I've misread Mulak. I thought he would at least play one joke on somebody. Okay. So if there's nothing else this day, the rest of this day, if there's nothing else that anybody wishes to do, you can mark down another day that everything's been accomplished that you meant to do. Mulak can remove another -1 from the I was dead category. And you can all rest this evening. The next morning, a messenger is sent to your house. It is one of the keepers that are now wearing the green tree on their vestment and their armor, that mentions that Prior Dreyfus, or I should say, they wouldn't just go with his.
If it's spelled
It's Vicar.
M-I.
No, it is Vicar Hillborn has made his into town.
Neat. So,
Just roll it over there.
let's go find old Dave.
Sometimes, Knox, I absolutely hate you.
Yeah, I know. Great. You
So-
gotta admit, it's extremely creative.
I don't have to admit shit.
Hey, creative. I didn't say good or bad. I said creative. I think it's great. But
This is true. This is true.
I'm not gonna say it because it's the first day on our first stream on YouTube on the YouTubes. So I'm not gonna cause us any problems.
Don't get us in trouble.
Yeah, I have not read the terms and service agreements with YouTube on doing this.
Yet.
I have not read them yet. But he is going to be meeting with Elder Prior Jethera. Or just there.
I guess we'll head over to the temple.
Yeah, we'll go
All right,
make our way over yonder.
everybody can move their token there, if that's what you want to do. Are you going Mulaith, or are you staying with Mulak?
I think she's okay with staying.
Okay. Is Balfor staying?
Yeah, he's never met Dreyfus, as far as I know.
Once, right when y'all left, because he handed y'all some supplies and stuff. Okay, as y'all come walking in, you can see Dreyfus. He is wearing riding leathers. And he has a heavy cloak that has definitely been shot and or burned in a couple places. But his back is towards y'all as y'all are making your way into the room that he and the prioress are.
Well, for once, then just walk up within periphery and wait until he is done with what I assume is giving his report.
Yeah, and where y'all come in, he's saying, it's kind of early in the report. He's saying, I lost 5 men, which is a small number to what we might have expected once we discovered what was down near the capital. It looks like they are moving in more than just one detachment of the Writ of Land, and there is a royal, or I should say holy, vessel that was to be into port 2 days ago. I did not see it because we had to leave because we encountered multiple scouting parties from the Writ of Land. So if it is not just the one in charge of the Writ of Land coming here directly, it could be a Monsigal that is coming to lead another attempted holy wind upon the diocese. And just there is her fingers are steepled and she is rubbing her nose. And that's when they both notice, y'all, Tarl, did you go too?
Yeah.
Okay, so they recognize Tarl and Mularn immediately, have no clue, or I should say, Dreyfus has no clue about Mulet. And Dreyfus is also staring, like, looks at Arvax and then does a double take. And is just visually confused. And in the time y'all been gone, you can see that he's got a short kind of warrior's beard. And the broken horn has started to heal and grow back. But where the new growth horn is darker than the rest of it, so it looks like possibly that horn on the left will be permanently discolored.
Yeah, been kind of a crazy last little while on our end as well.
Hey,
Not as much of a question that I have to ask as, who the hell is this that looks like you?
Oh, this is the other brother that got eaten when we were
Yeah.
over on
What?
Remember in Roulette, the whole leg situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is apparent. This is our triplet because apparently when that thing kills something, it removes memory.
So there's more of you.
there's 3
It's
of them.
just 3 of us, as far as I know.
As y'all say that, Moulette just walks up and hugs him. Yo,
He's
bro,
gonna remember you.
it's been forever,
Yeah.
man. Like, hey,
He was
hey,
he was with us earlier.
does the hug bring anything back, man? Does the hug bring anything? No, please let me go.
Moulette, he's not a touchy person.
We were working
knows
on
that.
that. Also,
We were.
we
really were.
when you touch him, he makes this face. And this face is hilarious. Especially now that he has the mustache, it makes him look like a puppet.
Arvax grabs Moulette by the back of his cloak. Personal space, Moulette.
When you're a triplet, there is
Yep.
none of that ever.
We're in the big wide world now. There's plenty.
There will be plenty of. There's going to be plenty of time to work on Dreyfus's social acumen.
No.
And
Yeah, he remembers all of us, but it took us some time to remember him. So.
Oh, wait. I think I'm getting something.
it involves Thirsty Quest.
Yeah. Too many times. Also,
Yeah.
wasn't he trying to flirt with Peregrine?
I mean,
No, totally not. Wasn't. No, don't know what anybody's
No,
talking about.
he was just hoping he had a shot.
Cold?
You asked my opinion on it, and I gave.
Yeah, but like you didn't have to say it in public.
I mean, he knows.
Dreyfus, I actually don't.
He couldn't handle her.
Tarl just kind of side-eyed Dreyfus.
So it seems like what the past since we left, it's not hasn't exactly been peachy on this side of the rift.
No, it's to be expected. We killed a vicar and are now being blamed for possibly killing not 1 but 2 priors or prioresses. They're making stuff up. There's also there's the vicar from Codfowl that's dead, which, yeah, that was us. Also, there's several detachments or companies from the Writ of Land that died out in the damp wood. There's an investigation that has to happen. This is expected. I did not expect them to send a whole goddamn army.
I'm going to turn and look at Arvax and go, well, your people know how to make themselves scarce.
They've made themselves scarce. I haven't heard from them, so I'm hoping they got where they were supposed to go.
We'll check up on them. I'll make you a scroll, so we can check on them. So, just real quick, kind of primer, what's happened since we left. The lich in my head is now gone.
All right, so that's good.
We think
Positive.
like 80-20, he's gone.
Less good.
I mean, he always knows probably a back door, but so far we've been good. Another good thing,
there's
we
that.
found out a way to get rid of our other problem.
This is yes. We just need. We have essentially found the arrow that will resolve the issue. We just need to find somebody that can fire the bow. It's the spell that is necessary. Needs.
It's magic beyond us. Normal.
Yeah. It's gonna need somebody about the level of bow and or
You're not going to get him out of
somebody.
the safe, right?
No, and not that is literally gonna that would literally end up being creating one problem for another, and I think he's more world domination bent than she is, so it's probably causing a worse situation.
So basically, we need something strong, as strong as a lich or as old, who can control the spell and cast it.
We've also got the option of Tarl's family friend.
Yeah, Tarl was trying to say something there.
I was gonna say I'd tap Mularn on the shoulder or what. I get their names mixed up. I just cannot. Anyway, I tap him on the shoulder and I whisper in his ear. Maybe Mix could make a bow that one of us could fire.
I'm gonna lean back over and go. It was a metaphor.
Roll me a. You know
Maybe.
what? You know what? Knox, roll me a wisdom save real quick. There, Mularn. Roll me a wisdom save.
It was a metaphor. Maybe. I don't know. Can you do it for me? It's going to take like 5 minutes for everything to come up.
You know what? I'm going to say instead of making you roll, now in your head you're kind of contemplating, with some of the stuff you heard Mixel make, could he make a non-mortal magic launching device?
So yeah, we're gonna go try Tarl's family friend.
There's also Baba Yaga.
Yeah, no.
There is also the Baba Yaga.
I'm going to say no to that. That sounds terrifying.
Oh, she is.
She is a force of primal chaos. So
she's also other brothers' fairy godmother. So there's a connection there.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh, also considering other brother, yeah, Gestalt went off somewhere, and his little jelly decided to stop doing his job. So.
Oh crap! Is there do we gotta go kill a vampire?
We already did, and now he's fine.
We got it. Yeah, he's fine now.
He tried to kick our asses, and I wanted to kick him in the nuts, but he's back and he's relatively fine.
Okay.
Because originally we were coming back to get the bag from you, but he had let himself out.
Is that? Is that pretty much it? I think that's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
All right. So all the important stuff out of the way. So points directly at Arvax. The hell.
Holy could do.
Tough.
Hag dragon.
What?
It's apparently a special kind of dragon raised by or that eats hags. And instead of blowing fire or acid or something at you, it sucks out part of your life force. And it sucked out about 20 years and made me go through a weird elf puberty, and I got taller.
Huh.
Yeah.
Y'all did. I mean, my dad, well, the former vicar, was an elf, but I take after my mom's side, so I'm more tiefling than anything else.
Lucky you.
You didn't tell her that elf puberty lasts till 60, did you?
What?
She didn't ask.
Why would I ask?
I mean, so I'm gonna
She
look
points
at
at herself. Grew up as orc.
I'm gonna turn and drive this. Bear with me a second. So when an elf reaches a certain age,
Oh my
and
god, shut up. What do you mean last till 60? Am I gonna keep getting tall?
I don't know.
yeah,
I already don't want to be this tall.
that is a possibility.
I grew a foot in 0.5 seconds.
Well, I mean, technically it was like 25 years.
Yeah, in 0.5 seconds for me.
You're fine.
I mean, it's not like it wouldn't have
Okay, your
happened
head.
anyway.
We'll I'll set you down with Roulette, and she will explain the changes
At
that are
least
going
then
to
I
happen.
would have had 20 years before I started whacking my head on everything.
I mean that.
So yeah, apparently that's what made me taller. And now it's weird and awkward and I hate
Yeah, that sounds like puberty.
Yeah.
it. was already not short.
The upside, you skip the first acne phase. So that's
Hooray. Can't wait for the second, apparently.
yeah. It comes usually followed by cold spurt number 3. Anyway,
Great.
so we are. So that's where we're at. We are about to start interviewing near omnipotent beings.
If either of you have suggestions, they'd be appreciated.
Pick one, go do it. I'm going to be preparing everybody here for yet another invasion of the city. It's been 2 years and we've had like 4 of these damn things.
Yeah.
We led one of them,
Yeah.
technically.
How far out is the army?
What's the time frame? I'm like,
Well, I was able to move quick
I mean,
with
you
it.
got back in like 3 days. You're one person, but a whole
Well,
army.
I moved with initially 15 and then came back with 10. But just Terra, the capital for Stout Elb, they are there amassing forces. Apparently down in Norville Diocese there was some heresy also going on. Apparently a very large number of gnomes bringing in the religion of Garl Glitter Gold. They're going to be occupied with that for a moment.
Huh.
yeah, that's kind of tricky.
So we have to concern ourselves with finding something that can help us and somehow getting close enough to do it.
So, if you wish to know exactly how much time, it's probably about 3 weeks. And that is on the conservative side of how long it will take them to move.
Well, at least they're not at your doorstep.
So, I'm going to prepare the city for that. I'm going to see if we have any allies. I'll send word to the pirates again. They're still doing things.
I'll see if
That might be some of the best gold you've ever spent.
Yeah. Also, there's one of them now calling himself the Dread Pirate.
If it works, it works.
I can try my parents and see if they've got numbers they're willing to put up. At this point, consolidation might be, if nothing else, we can possibly set up a portal for a retreat, an emergency portal for a retreat. that would take you to the Shadowfell, to my folks' town. That might be a thing. I'll find out.
All right. Any and all help would be appreciated.
Look at Arvax. But what about your folks? What about your people? You think they would? You think they would come and bolster the forces here? And that way, there's more people to help them. They're looking for them anyway. Hello.
Say that again.
You look at Arvax and go, "What about your people?" They're already looking for them.
I mean, they
More hands.
made it
More
off.
hands.
They
More.
made it to the boats, as far as I know, and were able to get off Elb. But as to where they're at or how they're doing right now, I don't know.
Is that would help bolster the fighting force here. B, that give your people backup, and C, would kind of complete your quest.
I mean, getting them back here would be the thing. I'm not sure where they are. They were supposed to have sailed off of the Elb, but you're not wrong. But I'd have to find out where they are and what's going on.
We'll find out. I'll work on that. It shouldn't take me. So I can do that tonight. I can do that. I can have you a scroll ready for tomorrow.
All right.
So we'll contact our people and see if any aid in any way, shape, or form can be gathered that way. And once we do that, we'll probably head out and try to go talk to Tarl's people and see if we can get his friend to assist. And if nothing else, it may lead us to someone who can do it. And at that point, then we start planning the raid. I think us going in a small raid for a small force would probably be the best option.
We don't need to make a show of it.
Exactly. Plus, any more help from anyone else would probably be a detriment to here.
Yeah. All this makes me want to drink.
Same. I'm gonna kind of lean around Dreyfus to just there and go.
All right, as you do that, Arvax, you hear something in your head.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Gruhaka. This Arvax? Your mom told me to contact you. I ride with many orcs to take back Finn. I will second sending. Okay, ran out of room. I will bring warband. My daughter turned into dragon. I am proud. She get better. Still proud.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you so much.
Oh my God.
I'm going to look at Arvax and go. Someone just screamed way too loud inside of your head, didn't they?
Twice.
Yeah.
That
Gold, man.
they're coming back. That was Gruhaka, who
Who
one
is?
of the leaders they were trying to meet up with. They're
What?
coming back.
Yeah,
to take back-
Gruhaka's one of the 3 war chiefs.
She's one of the war chiefs. They're coming back to take back their place, our home. So gonna coordinate that with them then.
Do you question? Do you feel and kind of see like a green light kind of blinking like in the periphery of your vision, like if it were like a light inside your head? If you focus on that, you can talk back.
Oh, right.
You've only got like 25 words, but
She sent me 2, so do I get 2 back?
Sure.
no.
You get 1. You get 1 because the first one was like a headache.
And the second one, like casting the second one canceled the response for the first one.
Okay.
Like I said, novices with scrolls are a thing.
Okay. I can't type anything out to do it. Accurate word count. Alphabet.
Okay,
Um,
tell them. Okay, come to the town.
Helen's. Yes.
Come to
Okay.
find Dreyfus.
Find Dreyfus in Helen's. There is an army coming. They will need help.
Same prop they have. It's the same problem.
I didn't hear what you said, Knox.
It's this. It's this. The army is the same problem for both groups.
It's a joint problem. Helen. I mean, if you'll have a bunch of orcs fighting for you, of course. She said that to Dreyfus.
That's good.
Look at you with that character growth.
I would make a very sarcastic remark right now. Directed directly back at you.
Did Arvax finish sending it?
Yeah.
She gets a response back. Okay. Sending. Stop. Stop sending. Sending. Oh, over. Done with sending.
I love it.
She just does that until 25.
Yep.
How does this? How do I turn this? How do I turn this off? Where's the mute button? What do you mean there's no button?
Oh, someone needs to teach her how to do that.
So, if y'all are going to
All right.
find an immortal, 2-3 weeks.
Great. I say we drink tonight and start tomorrow.
That sounds like a plan.
Tarl, Moulette leans over to you. Do you still have, like, your family's ale?
Yup.
Man, I thought you would have drank it all by now. We should make Dreyfus drink it.
You see, when Daddy gave me this keg of ale, what he didn't tell anybody else was it was an endless keg.
Why aren't we drowning the bad guys in it?
It's too good for the bad guys.
Yeah, that's true. Could we get a god drunk with it?
Well,
We have to try it.
you know, my dad was friends with this lady. He called her Ark. She's actually my aunt. She was a mistress to the Badgers, and she was a dragon for a while. And she makes the stoutest drink in the tide that was rumored to kill dragons if they drank too much. But I think this may be my family's ale formula that he got from her.
We have to try to kill a god with your family beer cannon. Or Tarl. Hewitt came out there for a second.
Nope. I like to think now he has a beer cannon.
It's like the t-shirt cannon at freaking football and hockey games. Alright, they take a 3d8 bludgeoning damage and gotta give me a con save to see if they're drunk. So with that, your meeting with Dreyfus and Jathair comes to an end. And it looks like they are moving into, once more, setting the city ready to be sieged and having an army ready to go.
Do you need any other help from us before we start this other?
Do you have an army?
I mean,
You know what? That's
small ones coming.
That's kind of a dumb question. Yeah, you literally have an army coming. No, the best thing y'all can do is your part of trying to make sure that we can stop this whole thing from continuing. If she's sealed away, they're not going to have anything to draw magical power from. You have your job, I have mine.
True. You seem to be following into this job quite well.
Literally thrust upon me.
You say so, Vicar.
Tarl taps Mulak. I know a way we can test my ale to see if it'll kill a dragon.
Moonlight looks at you, how's that?
We got this recent person, your brother, that got the dragon wings.
No, we just got him. We just got him back. We can't kill him again.
No, I'm not saying kill him, but we start letting him drink, and if he starts showing signs of weakness and losing life, then we sober him back up.
Hold
Are
on.
you two planning on murdering Mulak slowly over there?
I didn't whisper loud enough for her to hear it.
Well, that is the role that Moulette got to reject this plan, so he is on board. Because that was a nat 1. What was that, Moose?
Nothing.
She's like, all right, we'll let him drink just a little bit.
I would say Moulette knows Mulak doesn't drink that type of stuff.
That's true. However, with a nat 1, Tarl was convincing, man.
Okay.
Like, we might have to cut it with, like, some high-end wine or something like that, though. Like, because he's probably not going to want to drink it straight.
Put some honey in it, and I can powder up some gold. He's a dragon. He'll want his hoard. You
know, I got to try it at least once. that as a philosophy. Me and my brother have both had a lot in our life. You gotta try it at least once.
Tarl takes out his jeweler's tools and he starts grinding up 10 gold pieces into a fine powder.
All right. Well, this scene ends and we go back to the house. Balfor and Mulaith and Mulak, have you done anything cool while they were at a meeting? Like Mulak, you definitely don't feel as bad anymore. It's more just sore. Mentally, that's up to you.
Yeah, he's still just kind of moping. And Balfour would just occasionally poke his head in and like give him like thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways.
Need a bedpan.
Yeah, just like need anything.
Cast.
Tarl goes up to Balfour and he hands him a cup. Said, "Hey, while we were in town, I got this magic healing potion that's supposed to help him get back into shape." And I hand him a cup of my ale with the gold honey mixed into it.
Roll me a deception check.
I'm also a dwarf, so I would know what it is.
To a degree, but I need a deception check with an insight check. 16. Insight check, Balfour.
I have to open his page. Oh my god, where is he? He's not here anymore.
Oh, did I move him? I did. I moved him to allies. I apologize. Put him back. Yeah, Balfour definitely won on the seeing if that's a lie or not, Tarl.
He'll take a little sip.
It's good.
Well, okay. What is it really, though, just in case? Is it gonna hurt him?
Tarl.
It's just my family's ale with a little bit of gold dust and honey mixed in.
Cold dust. That's what that extra flavor is. Alright.
What do you do with the cup, Balfour?
Sits it next to the bed
Okay.
and says, apparently this will make you feel better. Drink it when you want.
From underneath the blankets. With that, the rest of this day will pass if there's nothing else anybody wants to do. And the
Right before bed, he'll drink maybe a third of the cup.
give me a con save for Mulak. With a 12, you don't get sick, Mulak, but you drink a third of that cup and you realize very quickly it's ale, Tarl's ale, and the room gets a little spinny for a second, and then you just fall asleep. So go ahead and remove another point, Moose, from Mulak's minus. So now he's at just a -1.
Yep.
And now y'all need to decide. You need to make a decision where y'all going to go to try to talk to an immortal.
Let's see. Let's check the directory. Yeah, we can go to Utar.
Tarl, when you hear Mularn say, go to Utar, you know Utar is like 6 months south of the Elsbane Tigers that are south, underneath Garfin.
That's like 6 months away. I don't think we got time to get there.
And
We could always try to contact my daughter, my daddy with that sending spell thing you got, and see if he can send Mixel to us pretty quick.
yeah, you do that. I will hand over the mirror that I made and that I forgot about for the long time.
Is Bocephus immortal?
I
guess he can't cast a spell though.
I mean, Bocephus can't cast a spell, but I mean, he's a celestial catfish. So, I mean,
that would be hilarious.
Bocephus, blub blub, the spider just disappears.
He'd hear. He treated like a top water jig, Peter. So I'll hand over my mirror and so Tarl can use it to talk to Hiram.
So, remind everybody how the mirror works, Kyle.
It is for 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes. You have you're basically mentally in a pocket dimension.
So, but does the target have to make a save? I know they can choose to fail the save and be in there, but I thought we had to have a save, especially if you hadn't informed someone. Wisdom save. All right. So, yeah.
5 minutes up. 5 minutes up. Have the conversation. Say wisdom save it. That's a free target for a week.
So, Tarl, you can use that to contact your father.
I do, and this is what I say.
Okay, well, you can you say that to him because you're sitting in a room that's very familiar to you, Tarl. It's not the full room, it's a portion of your father's forge. And you see him turn around and look at you from across a work table strewn, I shouldn't say strewn, but with every tool meticulously placed in the correct order necessary to be grabbed in the process of making hammers.
So I'm allowed to have a conversation with him, and it's not like the sentence spell.
Yeah, you basically have a 5-minute private conversation. I know that Kyle spent like almost the entirety of when we did the Quiet Year a while back, because that was like your big magic project, wasn't it?
Yes.
Tarl looks up at his father. Father, I need your assistance. We urgently need Mixel at our location. Mission demands his skills immediately. Time is critical. Send him as fast as possible. Lives may depend on it.
He looks at you. All right. would. But we lost him.
How'd you lose him?
You just see him sigh, and you look like a near exact copy of him when he was young, and he looks like what you can expect to when you're older. One of the dam badgers smacked his ball around, and he went down a chute, and we are currently trying to extricate him from a portion of the trenches.
Alright, well, in all of your infinite knowledge, how do we get somebody immortal to help us? And do you have any recommendations?
The best bet we have is Mixel, because the gods, they don't answer half the time. Also, most of the immortal things are fickle. Mixel's at least good. If you make it here and help us get him out, I'll send him back with you. I'll make sure your uncle doesn't object.
Alright, out of character. I got a word of recall spell. Through this mirror, can I consecrate ground for recall sanctuary on the other end by being in it in the mirror?
No. The only reason I'll say that is it's technically a demi-plane, and whenever it's formed, it takes the shape of something you are familiar with and comfortable with. Since it's meant to allow for a private conversation, it is meant to be as comfortable for the user as possible. So it adapts to an environment that they would have a conversation with the other individual in that. So you're not really in your father's forge, you're just in, like, you spent so much time in your father's forge growing up. Like, that is where you would talk to him the most.
Well, Father, is there any way we could get Bellatari to get us home really fast, because we've only got 3 weeks to be able to get what we need to do done before our army comes and invades?
I'll see. If you have a wizard friend, maybe they can teleport you. You know where.
I do, and I'll ask. Maybe I'll see you soon. Tell Mom I said hello.
Let me see the back of your armor.
I turn around and show him the armor.
Not a dent. Good job.
Then he stands up and he shows him the new greaves and the tasset that go along with it.
Not bad. Not bad.
Bad?
I said not bad. Cannon, I was saying not bad.
All I heard was bad.
I'm sorry, Cannon. All of a sudden, Hiram just destroys his child. No, he says not bad.
Thank you, Daddy. I'm still working on it. Got a little ways to go, but you taught me well.
I know. About that time, the room dissolves.
I go back and tell Mulak we got to get somebody to teleport us to where Daddy's at, so we can go find Mixel. He fell down in a hole.
Let's take a
Fell in a hole.
Let's take a
I'm
second.
sorry.
Let's take a second to appreciate this, y'all. I love the way that was phrased.
So you're telling me a near omnipotent magical force in nature fell down a hole?
Well, this is give me just a second to get my words so I can explain this to you.
I'm gonna make everything available to everybody to see because I made new tokens for everybody.
Well, you see, my Aunt Archibinks, she's a mistress of badgers. And this badger came in and started playing with Mixel's magical ball. Mixel found out and started chasing him, and the badger wouldn't let the ball go. And the badger ran down in a hole. Mixel went after him. They don't know where the hole ended up, but Mixel went down the hole after the badger to get his magic ball back.
What did you do to Beltari's name?
I completely misspelled it.
And turned it into Elvish, apparently.
You know what? I'm going to go over here and edit this and put that you can edit it and you can spell her name right. I apologize.
Where is this at?
Underneath key figures Elsbane, I'm making everybody available one person at a time.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I don't see anything under there. Well, oh, key figures. Okay, never mind. I see it.
I'm
I was
also
looking under
I'm gonna edit something else, Moose, and make it so you can do it because I forgot somebody's last name. So there's a character you will be able to edit.
Kalum also has a last name.
That's what I'm saying. I forgot the last name, and I made it so you can edit him and now add his name. But I've now made the entirety of the upper or the council of the Elsbane Tyke available for everybody.
And on top of that, Father said that Mixel was probably going to be our best bet at an Immortal.
Is everybody okay with the way the characters look?
Bruh, I just opened up Beltari. She looks so disappointed. It's perfect.
I do. The only difference is he would have glasses on.
I could not get,
It's the only difference. He also has a shield, but that's other than that, it's perfect.
like, I will not lie. I did use AI to generate these images. Arcabinks came out my favorite because I feel like that is appropriate. But Claire might.
Badgers and candy. Yeah.
Beltari's got some. They're up there, huh?
Table biddies.
She had some work done.
It's not hard for her to contemplate the words. You know, I love the fact that she just looks so despondent.
Ain't she still pissed that Hiram destroyed the tower of her school with the earthquake?
That
Until the day she dies. Actually, till the day Hiram dies, too.
It's been like 50 years and she has not let it go. Also,
She will not.
I do love Isilgard because the thing was Dwarf King with two beers, and I'm not disappointed.
Yeah, he has his priorities straight.
And I also love the Mixel image. Claire, have you seen Mixel?
I'm getting to it next. I'm still clicking through everybody.
Yeah, also, I like how I tell the AI stressed tiefling wizard, purple skin,
Wow.
sad, and that is what it gave me. Mixel might be my favorite, though.
Mixel is going to save the world with the power of friendship and this gun he found.
So, y'all could cast teleportation. You could wait for Hiram to get Beltari to do something.
I do not have teleportation.
I thought you had teleportation. No, you have plane shift.
I got plane shift.
So does Balfor. would he know of the Tigers?
I mean, you know of Tigers. Like, you live up on the surface, but a lot of dwarves, they will build underground kingdoms that usually just get listed as a Tig.
Right, but would he know about the Elsbane and Frostborn Tigers?
Let's see.
I
Let me.
think you've had a conversation about that before, because he meant
I feel like I said I
Mm.
met
like you,
Isengard.
You
you
claim
might either that or Hiram.
you did claim you met Hiram. I was going to say, you know Froststalks. Froststalks are distant relatives of the Frostborns. Like, there are probably technically deep underground routes or deep roads that probably do connect most of the planet together, but they've been left abandoned for so long that God only knows what's down in there. And also, you're not getting through those quick. But you said you met Hiram, which means you adventured for a while, and it's been about 50 years since they did what they did. So, and they've had adventures elsewhere. So, technically, you could have knowledge of where they are, but I don't think you've actually been to the Tig. You know people from it, or of people from it.
Yeah, one of them standing right next to me.
Yep.
Because he could plane shift them, and then if it's gonna be really quick, he could tree walk back in like this 5 minutes later.
Like plane shift twice and then tree walk.
No, I plane shift and then tree walk.
But Elsbane is on the same plane as y'all.
Oh, let's see. Let me look at Balfor's spell list. I might be able to tree walk twice. And then if I can scry, then maybe I can find something. No, he can only tree walk once. I only have 1 6th level spell.
So, so
I
y'all
can
do not have
scry.
y'all don't have the
If you-
ability to teleport.
If you can, if there's a circle somewhere, and if Balfor can scry and write down the runes, then it would be your favorite role.
Or
And it would be
I could tree us there, and then you could teleport back after you see the runes. And then we have free
I mean,
passage there afterwards.
yeah. I mean, that would, the point I would just be I have to find look at memorize the teleportation sigil for the one here, and then at that point we can just go back and forth.
Now hold on, you do not have the spell teleport, or you cannot cast it at this minute.
I do not have the spell teleport, but if there's a circle,
You have teleportation circle, but not teleport.
no, I don't have either. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. It's the same.
So you would need someone else to do the teleportation for you then.
So I could tree walk us there, and then I
Yeah.
could tree walk us back tomorrow.
Where was my vault located?
Your vault is on Oblette. Like, it's you can tree walk to a tree outside of it. Like, the vault by now is done, but you don't have anything in it because you never put anything in there.
And how far is the vault from where we're at now?
It's several hundred miles to the north on Oblette.
Well, I also have an amulet of tree walk.
Right.
Okay.
But the thing is
So
that
you can.
there aren't
So
there aren't necessarily trees in the Tig.
It's also not tree walk. It's teleport via plants.
All right.
Well, I have an amulet of tree walk, and it says that I can transport via plants. You have
Okay.
to touch the plant you go to. Somewhere on the surface of the Tig, I would have touched a plant.
You know what? Yeah.
So you can get us there, and then I can get us back. Is there a big tree in the middle of Hillens?
There's several trees in Hillens.
Okay. So yeah, because I'm sure you know plenty of trees in your home. So you can get us there with transport via plants, and then I can get us back.
We can do that.
I think it takes 8 people. I think you get as many people as you can get in 6 seconds.
It's whoever can scurry through.
Yeah, any creature can do it. So, and it lasts 1 round. So as many people as can get through in 6 seconds. So if we need to bring people back with us, we can.
Technically, for 6 seconds, I could shove everybody into my bag of holding, and I could go through, and everybody would be with me because they wouldn't suffocate.
Right, but I mean, we could just walk through. But I just like teleport. You can only take, I think, 8 people, and same thing with a plane shift. But with transport, it's you can send 50 people if they can get through in 6 seconds.
So y'all are debating as the day ends, which would be, this would be the last day for Moloch's minus, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the next morning is overcast and stays dim much longer in the morning than normal. Has everybody, who all is going to go? Or did y'all discuss that with everybody? Or would you have?
Oh yeah, we would have. Yeah, we would have told everybody. We would have had that talk.
So, who's gonna?
I'm gonna go.
Mulak and Balfor. Balfor has to go to get him back, so Mulak and Balfor will go.
I mean, would Balfour actually still want to go? I mean, it seems like they might be gone for a longer period of time.
Oh, they're not coming. I thought they were going to grab Mixel and come right back.
Mixel fell down a hole.
Oh.
Nobody knows where he is.
Yeah, he'll go, but he'll just hang out and talk with the other old dwarves while they're out adventuring.
He'll go do old dwarf stuff.
Yeah.
What would be
Mulaith
old?
will go.
Mulaith will go.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever seen Parks and Rec where Ron meets the other Ron?
Yes.
It's gonna be like that.
All right.
Balfour's the other Ron, where he seems like such a badass and he loves him so much, and then he finds out he's kind of hippie-ish, and he's like, ugh. But they still get along. It's just he's like, oh man.
Okay. Mulet is definitely down to go if Arvax is going.
And before we we go, Tarl's gonna familiarize himself with some of the plants right there where they're at by touching them and getting familiar with them just in case.
100% know what that means, but I've never heard anyone say that in a game and it not come off is making me slightly giggle when someone says they get familiar with plants.
He gonna go out and find an azalea bush and roll around.
Whisper sweet nothings to a rhododendra. Okay, so Tarl, this is you have a means, or you got the means to get over there because you're the one
And
that.
Balfor is gonna go with him just in case, because he knows, they may come back up depleted of spells or whatever. So he's just going, just in case they need to teleport back. And it'd be nice to see some other old dwarves.
Okay, so Tarl, describe how you do this.
How many's going with me?
Everybody has to just dodge. Everybody just has to run through.
All right, everybody, get in single file line behind me. When I open up this hole, we're gonna have to sprint. We only got 6 seconds to get everybody through. But we're gonna go to the big oak that marks the spot of my entrance to my family's tag. So, everybody ready?
Yep.
So he reaches up and pulls his amulet out from under his armor and holds in his hand. And he says, "Here we go. Home sweet home, tree." And the portal opens and they all rush forward.
Okay, as you run through the tree and you come out of a palm tree in what 100 years ago was a sleepy little trading depot that traded with the northern states that has now grown into a metropolis in the desert. You're in the trade city of Garfin. And it is night. There is a full moon above. And a cool wind actually comes through the alleyways ahead of you. And you see several buildings that have emblazoned emblems of dwarven families. Tarl, you know these are the trade houses. You're not far from the entrance to the upper well, which is the manner to get to the upper tiges that then lead to... The upper tiges lead down to the middle tiges, which lead to the Elsbane tige, which is in what used to be the trenches, and then the lower tiges below them. So, you're on the surface, it is night. You just have to head down.
Gonna head to the entrance and start down.
Everybody, Tarl starts moving through these streets without a second thought.
Does all the rock here worked pretty well? Like it's well done.
It is immaculate. Most of it's newer.
Balfor is pretty impressed.
Tarl looks back. Y'all need to keep up.
Everybody give me a survival to see if you keep up with Tarl.
I mean, Mulak can fly faster than he can walk.
This is true.
And technically, I still have the broom.
I got a long leg.
Balfour had a 15 on that first survival. Why did you roll again?
Oh, the second one is Mulak.
Oh. Mulak, you're flying. And for a second, you get lost for a little bit because this town is very geometric. Everything is like squares and blocks. Mularn, you're able to kind of get your brother and you get your bearings straight, and you're able to fly in the direction that it looks like Tarl is quickly pushing. Malaith and Arvax, you have no trouble. You have no trouble finding where Tarl is going. You eventually get to this large, ornate building that is open, and at the dead center there's what looks like a massive spiral ramp and stairs that just descends into the depths below, but they're very well lit. Also, as Tarl is running, you notice people get out of his way.
When Tarl gets close to the stairwell, he reaches over the edge and he grabs a board that's kind of shaped in an oval, and then says, "What's this?" And he jumps on the board and gets it on the steps, and he slides down it.
Give me an athletics roll. That is a 6. Tarl, for about 6 steps, it looks really cool, and then the board goes shooting off in one direction. You go shooting in another direction. And it's about another 6 steps before you stop tumbling.
I used to be better.
Yeah, that was the thing, Charles.
He picks himself back up off the steps. He says, "They used to work better when I was younger."
You see an older dwarf standing there looking at it. Also worked better when you weren't in full plate mail, little Lord Frostborn.
Well, I'm anxious to see my dad. Send word ahead that we're on the way.
I'm going up, as I am 2 steps away from the top, Lord Frostborn.
Charles like, well, you better turn back around.
He just looks over at him and gives him a look.
Are you trying to intimidate Kalum?
No, there's just this dwarf, this
Oh, dwarf.
older.
I think you said orc. I'm sorry.
older dwarf. He looks at you. You may be a noble, but you're still from a cadet branch of House Floki, while I am from actual House Floki. May you have a good walk. I have someone do ascending if I feel like it. And he just heads over towards one of the trade houses.
Tarl mumbles under his breath something indiscernible and just keeps walking down the steps.
And with that, this is where we will end tonight's session. As y'all are descending the steps to get down to the trenches. All right, thank y'all very much for playing. Thank you for anybody that watched. We are Team Bonus Action. We like to play games and stream them. We are not officially partnered with any charities as of the moment, but if you would like to donate to the Trevor Project, ACLU, or St. Jude, those are usually ones at this time that we are partnered with, and any donations could help. You can find them at their websites, and thank you very much. This Friday, I will be streaming, or sometime this week, I'll be streaming the brouhaha that was recorded ahead of time. And Friday, we'll be recording another brouhaha, and Sunday, we'll be back with Darawan. So that's all we got going on right now. And Knox sent you here.
We appreciate y'all hanging up with us. Till next time, folks. Don't let your meatloaf.